There are moments in life that change everything. Moments when a single realization shatters the illusion you once believed. You see, most people walk through life blind to the hidden intentions of those around them, blind to the quiet manipulations, the unspoken betrayals, the darkness that hides behind carefully crafted smiles. But then, something happens. A slip, a contradiction, a crack in the mask, and suddenly you see them, truly see them. Not as the person they pretended to be, but as they are. Cold, calculating, dangerous. But here's the part most people never prepare for. What happens next? Because the moment they realize that you know, everything changes. The game shifts. The predator becomes the cornered beast. And a cornered beast is the most dangerous kind of all. Some will try to silence you, some will try to discredit you, and some will try to destroy you. So what do they do when they know that you know? That is what we are about to uncover. Not just to expose them, but to prepare you, to arm you with the knowledge that has been passed down by the greatest thinkers in history. Seneca once warned us, a good character, when watched, is still good. A bad character, when exposed, becomes worse. And that is what you are about to witness, the true nature of evil, revealed in its most desperate and dangerous form. Stay with me until the end, because once you see this, you can never unsee it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Every like, subscribe helps us continue our mission of sharing knowledge. And leave a comment below and share your opinion on these things, or tell me which one resonates with you the most. Ready to unlock more wisdom? Let's get started. Thing 1. The shift in their eyes. There is a moment so subtle, so fleeting, that if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it. It happens the instant they realize that you know. For a split second, something flickers in their eyes. A shift like the surface of a calm lake disturbed by a sudden ripple. It might be anger, it might be fear, or it might be something deeper, something primal. Because you are no longer just another person in their web. You have become a threat. Evil thrives in secrecy. It survives by deception. It relies on the fact that most people will never see through the carefully constructed illusion. But when someone does, when someone looks behind the curtain and sees the machinery of their deceit, everything changes. Have you ever locked eyes with someone and felt a chill run through your body? A sensation that told you without words that something was very, very wrong? This is not paranoia. It is not overthinking. It is a survival instinct older than civilization itself. And when you witness this shift in their eyes, your instincts are screaming at you for a reason. This moment is dangerous. Evil people are not like you. They do not think as you do. They do not feel as you do. What you see as decency, they see as weakness. What you see as honesty, they see as an opportunity to manipulate. They operate under a different set of rules, one that allows them to lie, to betray, to harm, all while wearing the mask of innocence. But the moment that mask cracks, the moment they realize you have seen past the illusion, a decision is made. Some will attempt to regain control. They will laugh it off, act as though you're imagining things, or subtly gaslight you into doubting your own perception. They will test the waters, watching your reaction carefully. If they sense even the slightest hesitation, if they see that you are unsure of what you saw, they will press forward, reassuring themselves that they still have control. But others will not hide their hatred. There will be no words, no explanations, just a lingering, silent acknowledgement that the game is up. The eyes will tell you everything. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." If you have lived with cruelty in your heart for long enough, it will show in your eyes. And when an evil person is forced to drop their act, when their true thoughts are revealed, the soul they have shaped will glare back at you, raw and unfiltered. This moment is the first warning. It is the first glimpse of what is to come. Because once they know that you know, there is no going back. You have forced them into a position where they must act, and they will. Some will slither back into the shadows, waiting for a better moment to strike. Others will lash out, desperate to re-establish dominance. But no matter their method, one thing is certain: they will not forget. You are no longer just an observer. You are a problem, and problems must be handled. Wisdom seekers, this is only the beginning. The real game has just begun. Thing 2, the whispered poison. The moment they know that you know, silence is no longer an option. Now they must act. But evil does not always strike with fists, it strikes with whispers. It spreads like poison, unseen, until it has seeped into every crack of your reputation, every relationship, every corner of your world. This is the art of quiet destruction. The first move is subtle. They do not come for you directly, not yet. Instead, they plant the seed of doubt in the minds of those around you. A casual comment here, a raised eyebrow there. Nothing overt, nothing obvious. Just enough to make people hesitate. I don't know what's going on with him lately. He seems different, don't you think? I hope he's okay. He's been acting strange. No accusations, no outright lies. Just carefully placed words designed to make others question you. Because now you are dangerous. Now you see them for what they truly are, and that means you must be discredited before you can expose them. This is how the game is played. Evil people understand something that most do not. Perception is more powerful than truth. And if they can control how others perceive you, they can control the battlefield before the war even begins. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic thinkers, warned of this when he said, "Calamity is virtue's opportunity." To the wicked, your clarity, your knowledge of who they really are, is a calamity, and they will turn it into their opportunity. They will play the victim. Suddenly, they are the ones being wronged. They are the ones under attack. They will sigh deeply and tell others how much they've always cared about you, how they are so worried about you. And then they will twist the knife. He's been saying strange things lately. I don't know what's gotten into him. He's becoming paranoid. It's like he's seeing enemies where there are none. I really hope he gets the help he needs. And just like that, reality is flipped upside down. Now, when you finally speak the truth, when you expose them for what they are, your words will sound exactly like what they have already described: paranoia, delusion, and unprovoked attack. This is not new. It is a tactic as old as time itself. It is how the guilty protect themselves and how the corrupt maintain their power. By the time you realize what has happened, it is often too late. The poison has already done its work. People look at you differently now. Conversations feel forced. You sense the shift, the hesitation. They don't say it, but you can feel it. They are no longer sure if they can trust you. This is how they isolate you. Because an isolated enemy is a defeated enemy. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know the truth." And this is the heart of their strategy. They do not need to destroy you. They only need to make sure that no one listens to you. And so they whisper, they watch as doubt spreads, and they wait. But this is only the beginning. Because once your isolation is complete, once the world has turned against you, they will no longer need to whisper. They will move on to something far worse. Thing 3. The mask of innocence. There is something almost theatrical about the way they do it. A performance so seamless, so carefully crafted, that you might question reality itself. The moment they know that you know, they do not panic, they do not confess, they do not crumble beneath the weight of truth. Instead, they wear the most powerful disguise of all: innocence. It is an art they have perfected. The ability to look directly into your eyes with the calmness of a saint and pretend that nothing has changed. They will smile as if there is no darkness within them, as if the cruelty in their heart does not exist. They will carry on as though they have done nothing wrong, as though it is you who is mistaken, because deception is their craft. And the most effective lie is not the one spoken, but the one lived. This is where most people hesitate. This is where doubt creeps in. Because if they were truly guilty, wouldn't they show some sign of it? Wouldn't they flinch? Wouldn't their voice tremble? Wouldn't their hands shake? But no, their hands are steady, their voice is measured, their gaze is unwavering. And that is the most chilling part of all. For a moment, you might even begin to question yourself. Did you really see what you thought you saw? Did you misinterpret their actions? Could it all have been a misunderstanding? This is what they count on. Because the more you doubt yourself, the less you will act against them, and the longer they can maintain control. But make no mistake, this mask is not for you alone. It is for everyone around you. It is for the ones who might believe your words, the ones who might begin to see the cracks in their facade. Because an evil person's greatest weapon is not their cruelty, It is their ability to make others believe they are incapable of it. How could you think that of me? I would never do something like that. You're being ridiculous. And they will laugh, as if the very idea is absurd, as if your truth is nothing more than a delusion. And to anyone watching, their reaction will seem genuine, convincing, because they have played this role many times before. Seneca once wrote, "The greatest obstacle to living is expectancy, which hangs upon tomorrow and loses today." Evil people rely on this very weakness in human nature. They count on people being too hesitant, too uncertain, too unwilling to trust their instincts in the moment. They drag things out, waiting for time to dull the sharp edge of your certainty. And slowly, the world around you begins to believe them, because they do not beg for forgiveness. They do not appear nervous. They do not act as the guilty are supposed to act. And so those around you, those who do not see what you see, begin to accept the performance as reality. They begin to wonder if you are the one who is mistaken, if you are overreacting, if you are the one creating the problem. And just like that, the mask of innocence becomes their shield. But this is only the illusion. Beneath it, something else is happening, a silent preparation, a quiet sharpening of the knife. Because once they are certain the world is on their side, once they are sure that their performance has been accepted as truth, they will no longer be satisfied with merely escaping exposure. They will want revenge, and when they strike, they will make sure you never see it coming. Thing 4. The hand that holds the knife. The moment they know that you know, a countdown begins. It may not be visible, it may not be loud, but make no mistake, it has started. Because evil does not forgive, it does not forget, and above all, it does not tolerate a threat. Now you are not just someone who has seen through their mask, you are someone who could destroy it. And for that, you must be silenced. Not always with words, not always with direct action. No, the most dangerous enemy is the one who knows how to strike without ever appearing to lift a finger. This is the part of the game that most never see coming. The hand that holds the knife does not always belong to the one who forged it. Evil people understand something crucial. Direct attacks are too obvious, too crude. A real master of deception lets others do the dirty work for them. They will not confront you head-on. Instead, they will make others believe that you are the problem. They will manipulate circumstances so that when the blade finally finds you, it is held by someone else. Someone who never even realized they were being used. It starts with a whisper, a suggestion planted so delicately that it feels like an independent thought. They will not tell someone to turn against you. They will make them want to. They will twist words, distort realities, and play on emotions until others begin to see you as the villain. It's such a shame. I always thought he was a good person. I don't know what's gotten into him lately. He's not himself. You should be careful around him. I don't want you to get hurt. Slowly, the walls close in. You start to notice the shift, the way people hesitate before speaking to you, the way conversations fall silent when you enter a room, the way trust, once freely given, now feels like something you must beg for. And all the while, the one who orchestrated it watches from a distance, their hands clean, their expression sympathetic, as if they are just as confused as everyone else about what has happened to you. This is the true danger, the unseen attack, because the knife is no longer in their hands. It is in the hands of those who once stood by your side. And when the moment is right, they will let it fall. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears." But this is the kind of injury that does not fade. This is the kind of betrayal that leaves scars long after the wounds have closed. Because it was not an enemy who turned against you. It was those you trusted, those you never thought capable of doubting you. And when the damage is done, when you are left standing in the wreckage of your reputation, the true mastermind will step forward, offering a hand of comfort, pretending they had no part in your downfall. I tried to warn you. I really hoped it wouldn't come to this. I wish there was something I could do. And for the final time, they will smile. Because they have won. But the game is not over yet. Because the one thing they fear more than exposure is survival. If you endure, if you rise again, if you refuse to let them break you, then they have failed. And that is something they cannot allow. because now they must ensure that you never stand back up. Thing 5. The fire they hope will consume you. Once they know that you know, once they have isolated you and twisted the perceptions of those around you, they turn to the most dangerous weapon in their arsenal: destruction. But not just any destruction. They want to break you. They want to watch the flames consume you entirely. But what they fail to understand is that fire can be controlled. At first, the fire they light under you will be small, just a spark, a careless comment here or a veiled insult there. A tiny flame, just enough to make you uncomfortable, to make you doubt yourself. At this point, you may feel as if it's nothing, just petty remarks, things you can easily ignore. But this is their first test. They want to see how you react. If you show signs of weakness, if you allow the flames to catch hold, they will feed it. They will fan the embers until it burns out of control. If you crumble, if you react in anger, if you defend yourself too loudly, you will give them exactly what they need: confirmation that you are as unstable as they've painted you to be. But if you endure, if you stand firm, if you let the flames wash over you without flinching, something extraordinary happens. The fire that was meant to destroy you begins to change. It no longer consumes you, it refines you. Seneca wrote, "A gem cannot be polished without friction, nor a man perfected without trials." And this is where true power lies. When you endure, when you allow the fire to burn away your weakness and emerge stronger, you become something they never anticipated. You become untouchable. So they escalate. They build the fire higher, stoking it with more lies, more manipulation, more cruelty. And every time you endure, every time you stand firm, you burn away a layer of doubt, a layer of weakness. They begin to realize that they cannot break you, no matter how hard they try. But this is where it gets dangerous. Because evil people do not give up. The fire they started will no longer be enough. They will move from petty games to something more destructive, something permanent. They will try to ruin your foundation. They will go after your livelihood, your career, your closest relationships. The fire will grow hotter, and they will stop at nothing to see you consumed by it. But here's the paradox of fire. It can only destroy what is weak. What is strong, what is unshakable will survive. And when the flames begin to subside, when the destruction finally calms, you will look around and realize something profound. The fire they set to ruin you has instead become the forge that strengthens you. They believed they could burn you down. They believed that by destroying your reputation, your relationships, and your peace, they could break you. But all they have done is sharpen you. And now, you are no longer just someone who knows their secret. Now, you are someone who has survived. This is the moment when they begin to fear you. Because while they sought to burn you, you have become something they never anticipated. A force that cannot be extinguished. And now, the real battle begins. Thing 6. The final strike. There comes a moment in every battle when the enemy knows they cannot win in any other way. They have used everything in their arsenal: deception, manipulation, poison, and fire. They have tried to break you, to isolate you, to control you. But still, you stand, stronger than ever, unyielding, and that is when they will make their final move. This is the strike they've been preparing for all along, the move that will silence you once and for all. Because now, you are no longer just a threat. You are a symbol of what they fear the most: the unbroken spirit. They will no longer play games. They will no longer rely on whispers or subtle manipulations. This is when they will come at you with everything they have left. This is the direct attack, the one that will make you question everything you've endured up until now. In this final strike, they will come after your very essence. They will go after your deepest fears and insecurities. They will twist your past, distort your present, and attack your future. They will target the people closest to you, the ones who have stood by your side, the ones you love and trust. They will use them against you, hoping to create a fracture in the foundation you've built. And here's where it gets even darker. In their minds, they are justified. Because you are the one who posed a threat. You are the one who exposed them. You are the one who saw through their lies and refused to play along. To them, this is not a fight for survival. It is a fight for dominance, a fight to remain in control at all costs. This is when they will do everything they can to ruin you publicly. They will smear your name, tarnish your reputation, and destroy your credibility. They will orchestrate events and manipulate circumstances so that, even if you try to speak the truth, no one will believe you. And they will do it with such precision, such calculation, that the people around you will start to doubt you, just like they hoped. But here's the irony. This is their final mistake. Because when someone is pushed into a corner, when everything is taken from them, when they have nothing left to lose, that is when true power awakens. You see, evil people underestimate one thing: the power of a person who has nothing left to fear. When they push you to the edge, they awaken a strength within you that they never saw coming. And now, you are no longer just defending yourself, you are fighting with everything you have. This is when the tables turn. This is when you stop being the victim and become the victor. You have endured everything they've thrown at you. You have survived their poison, their fire, their lies. And now, you have the truth on your side. Once you understand this, once you realize that they have already revealed their hand, you become unstoppable. Because they no longer have power over you. The lies, the manipulations, the betrayals, they can no longer hurt you. They can no longer control you. In this final strike, they are revealing their true nature. And while they think they are going to break you, what they are actually doing is exposing themselves for all to see. As the philosopher Epictetus wisely said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." The final strike is inevitable, but how you respond to it is the key. You have been through the fire, you have been betrayed, you have been deceived, but now you stand as a living testament to what it means to endure, to resist, to rise above. And when the dust settles, when everything they've done to destroy you has been revealed, they will be the ones who are left exposed. They will be the ones who have no mask to wear, no excuse to offer, because you will have outlasted them. And in the end, they will realize that they were never fighting you. They were fighting a force far greater than anything they could understand. It was never about them defeating you. It was about you proving that you cannot be broken. And that, in the end, is their true defeat.